Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. Hello, sweetie girl. In Wareham, Massachusetts, it is Friday. Thank God it's Friday, October 7th, 2022. And the moon is in Pisces. It's Friday and the moon's in Pisces. Promises to be a good day, at least for me. We do start the day with an opposition of the sun, which is in Libra, to Chiron, of course, which is in Aries. This gives us a full view on issues around identity, those that are wounding and those that are ultimately healing. We can feel as if the light is being shown on us, and that may or may not be a pleasant experience for some. Some people don't want to be in the spotlight. So it kind of exposes us in a way, and so we can feel a little sensitive around that. We also have the moon making in conjunct to the sun, the moon in Pisces, the sun in Libra. Inconjuncts are somewhat irritating. Probably the issue with Libra and Pisces just in general is a tendency towards codependency and perhaps giving your power away in hopes that the other person is going to see the light or change because of maybe your kindness or your helping, quote unquote helping. So that's something we need to watch for today. The moon also makes a supportive and interesting and stimulating aspect to Uranus. Of course, Uranus is in Taurus. Taurus and Pisces tend to get along pretty well. Uranus sort of does have that sort of pull the rug out from under you. But in the sextile, it's more about a mentally stimulating energy and not so much a destructive Uranian energy that we can have. Towards the end of the day, the moon does make a square to Mars. We have Mars in Gemini. What I would say is, how do we move forward in a compassionate way? It seems at times very difficult. And then for some, the moon actually conjoins Neptune. For those who live west of the East Coast, you do have that moon Neptune energy that comes late in the day. So mystical, magical kind of energy with that. We do have Pluto now in the sky, pretty much standing still. Pluto does change direction tomorrow, and that's usually a significant thing. There's usually some outer thing that happens in the world. I know there was some sort of shooting in Taiwan, which I think is very unusual. So that could be connected with that. I know Taiwan is a bit of a hot spot. I didn't really hear anything about what it was or what it was about, so I'm sort of going blind on that, but probably take a look today and see what they're saying about that and what exactly that was about. But the fact that Pluto is changing direction and moving forward does, and this is its march to Aquarius. As it goes forward, it's going to actually move out of Capricorn and into Aquarius come March of 2023. It doesn't stay in Aquarius. It does skip back into Capricorn over the next 2 years, back and forth, Aquarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Capricorn. So it's a transitional time, but this really is sort of, in its way, the march out of Capricorn to Pluto, just the beginning. And so it does have a special kind of energy with it. So that's what's going on, guys. Beautiful morning here. Oh my God, it's just, everything's alive. But I wanted to just point out, if you can see that the leaves are changing. They're starting to change. They're getting a little more yellow. We can see in the back there, the maples are starting to get a little redder. Yeah, so it is definitely fall. It's a beautiful fall morning. We had a lot of rain, which has made most of the plants happy. And I don't know if you noticed, but the hibiscus that you can see from space has decided to bloom again. How exciting is that? They're not as big as they were, say, when it first blooms, but I'm happy to see them. There's quite a few roses out still. So the flowers are still blooming here at the seeds. There we go. Isn't that lovely? Isn't this lovely? Cool, right? Ah, I love it. All right, guys, from myself and Charlie, who is also out here, but got a little perturbed that the girl was out here as well. And Charlotte and Michael. Love from the seeds. Oh, I finally figured out how to put a video up on Patreon. Ta-da! I just have one up so far because I just found out how to do it. So if you guys are interested in becoming a Patreon, I am going to fill that Patreon up with many, many videos on many, many different subjects, and maybe even talk about some things that we're sort of limited to talk about on YouTube because of advertising. So I think it's going to be a good journey, and I appreciate any support you can give, whether you become a Patreon member or if you just like and share. That's great. The more people that like the videos, the more visibility I have and the more opportunity I have to do this kind of work more often and in a way that will both support myself and inform you guys. So exciting times, exciting times. All right, guys, I will put a link to that, to the Patreon, but as I said, I just have one video up there so far. But let me tell you what it is, in case you're interested. I call it my justice file, and it's Michael Cohen plus Letitia James minus Trump equals justice. So it is a look at both the astrology and numerology of Letitia James, Michael Cohen, and how their charts, which I have put into a composite and composite numerology, affects both Trump and the U.S. and the situations that we find ourselves in with Trump or Trump.org. It's really interesting. It's about an hour long, so you might have to get yourself some popcorn for that one. But I hope if you do become a member of my Patreon, I hope you enjoy that one. And as I said, and the other thing about Patreon is I will take requests. I just have to be a little patient with me. I know you've been way patient with me already, so I appreciate your patience. All right, guys, take care, everyone. Namaste.